Everyone, and we are here today to talk to you about our bodies. And Ava is going to be our guest speaker today, so she's going to share us some gifts on how to bring joy and peace into your body. So I want you all to tune into your bodies right now and see how you're feeling, and let us know how much joy and peace you already feel in your body. And then what I want you to do is to take a big smile. Just give us a big smile and then see how much joy and peace you have in your body. Because often it's like the question is like, what comes first, the happiness or the smile? And if you walk down the street and smile at everyone, can you create happiness in your body afterwards? So that's a kind of example of how we work with our bodies and how we can change the way we feel within our bodies just by the way we do activities and movements with our bodies. So every week we bring you our multidimensional musings. We've been talking about embodiment, heaven on earth, some of our soul journeys where we went back 2.4 billion years ago to discover new particles for evolution. And these are all on YouTube for replay, so you can watch them all there. And last couple of weeks, we did some family stuff with Alicia. So she shared the way she brings our family together in a multidimensional way. And Ava's going to talk about the body and how ascension can affect our body, but she's relating it to the Christmas period and the holidays right now. And we've been discussing, I'm trying to think what else we've been covering, core wounds of spiritual light leaders. So there's quite a lot of different content that we've been covering, but please, if there's anything you want us to talk about, then send us a message and we can then theme one of our Mondays for you. So we've only got one more left now before the end of the year. But I'm going to just check if all the shares are done, if all the shares are all right.
All good.
Then I'm going to hand over to Alicia.
Beautiful. Thank you. So welcome, beautiful souls, to our multidimensional musings. We're always excited to be here with all of you today and share with you. So 2 weeks ago, Trudy shared about why discovering your soul's great vision is important and how it aligns with your best abundant life. Last week, I shared about why deepening soul connections over the holidays is important and how to create a soulful holiday season. And this week, Eva will be sharing about co-creating your sparkle and body rejuvenation, plus 3 'tis the season gifts to bring in peace and joy into your body, not only in December, but any day of the year. So if you're connecting with us for the first time, my name's Alicia with my mom, Eva, co-creatrixes of Crystalline Ascension with our galactic sister, Trudy, White Star Soul Guidance. Great. So if you are catching the live on Facebook or here on Zoom with us, please do say hello in the comments or in the chat. And a warm welcome to those of you who are watching the replay. So if you want to hashtag replay, so then that way we can circle back around later to say hello to you as well. Marta says, hello, ladies. Hello, Marta. And I think Lillian was answering your other question before in regards to, I missed it when you were speaking, but she did say
peace and joy. How much peace and joy do you have in your body? And then smile and then compare with it again.
Oh, all right then, perfect. So we invite you to join us each Monday on Facebook Live or on Zoom for 30 minutes as we continue to share our discoveries from our multidimensional soul journeys as we explore new frequencies, templates, and codes arriving as we walk the ascension path, living as a multidimensional being in a human body, and how we're bridging those two together, the heaven onto earth for soul ascension and for human evolution. So now I'll pass it over to Eva.
Perfect. Hello, multidimensional souls. I'm happy to share with you regarding a month that many people, including myself, experience a push-pull between a traditional commercialized month or creating a new personal experiential December. I'm picking on Christmas, this is true, as it seems really easily relatable to my share this month of how to prevent these triggers from attacking your physical body. So put in the chat if you have come across people or yourself who are triggered just by knowing the month of December is here. And I'm going to share some triggers and note that these are only a few, but popular in the collective consciousness. So people pleasing, it could show up as body exhaustion. Anxiety of the inauthentic family gatherings can show up like having heart palpitations or upset stomach. Fear of judgments can show up like being punched in the gut. The gifts you gave are just not good enough can show up like heart pain and feeling as though your body language, you disappear, you're retracting inward. Painful payments you will have to make up in the upcoming months can show up like chest constriction. Fear of not speaking up can show up like painful throat and coughs. Your boundaries have crumbled under pressure, and now you have become responsible for everyone else. To do the to-do list that can show up in the body as body sensitivities to noise, sight, sounds. For some, life becomes unmanageable. And when this happens, your adrenals, liver, kidney organs, even your whole nervous system, to name a few, pay the price. Not only have I seen and supported others through this, but I have also experienced decades of the Christmas season where the trigger elves showed up loud and clear in my own life. So it was through many decades of experience of deepening my connection to my human body, my multidimensional self, and my connection with Source that the passion began to unfold to how to co-create new levels of vitality and the desire to live life fully and harmoniously. So I think there was some comments, right?
Yes, I was just going to read them out for you. So Lillian said, yes, my friend, is triggered. And Marta says, yep, crazy month at our pharmacy. So yes.
Oh, yes, I can imagine.
Well, it's coming up to a full moon as well. So this week's going to be like Christmas and full moon. Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So firstly, some of you may know me, and if you are new here, I'm Eva, and I support people to connect to the aliveness and vitality of being a human, making a sacred space for your soul to live. Holding keys to multidimensional realms for human evolution, I'm here to unlock the forgotten aspects of divine love and truth within. As a passionate weaver of life, I create the unique, individualized heaven on earth formula and anchor it into all levels of your being. In order for your body to hold more light, creating stepping stones to your next level of oneness and connecting you more deeply to your body and abundant human existence.
Mm.
So as I was contemplating on what to talk about, the immune system and the nervous system were like waving their hands in front of me. They're like letting me know that how valuable they are and how affected they get when people start living in the world of exhaustion. And this month is, I'm sure we all feel it, whether it's in the collective that we're feeling it or we're actually experiencing it. We're really feeling that exhaustion coming up as we're nearing to the end of the month. Jenny, my kitten just had his neutering, so sending him heaven on earth amounts of other energies. Yes, all of us will do that. Perfect. So they were showing me that perhaps others would be aware of this physical side effect, I could call it. Having these unhealed wounds can cause things as adrenal burnout. On a physical level, it can increase your heart rate, decrease the interest of food, put you in a fight or flight scenario, and on an emotional level show up as anger, anxiety, sleep issues, just to name a few, and our happiness levels. It really affects our happiness levels. Like that was perfect the way Trudy started it out. Where do you feel the peace and joy in your life? And just putting on a smile can actually activate that happiness within inside of you. So pre-Christmas Day, who here experienced exhaustion and have very little vitality left to enjoy the most meaningful month or meaningful day of the year? Share a yes or no in the chat.
I've got the YouTube live going on there, so I can see what's going on there.
Okay. Lillian says yes.
So I think, this year, I think out of all the Christmases we've had after 2 years of the pandemic and everything else, it's even more important this year to pay attention to it than all the other years we've done this.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us are so exhausted.
Cool. Well, Christmas season, I feel, is a double-edged sword. While it can hold a container of joyful laughter and deep connection, or it can also be the mirror of triggers yet to be solved, like your boundaries. People pleasing, not using your voice, not listening to your soul, not listening to your body. So it could be used as like I said, it could be used as a learning tool. It could be used as healing your wound tool as well. I mean, we could do many multidimensional Mondays just on the program triggers that come with this season, right? Alicia spoke.
Sorry. Cynthia's saying she needs more sleep this month.
Yeah.
I think the ascension energies also are like ramping up as well, ready for solstice. So we're getting that as well. If you're a multidimensional being, you've got Christmas, full moon, and ascension symptoms. This list is just getting big. It's the wrong list, isn't it? It's like Santa's list is getting longer.
So totally agree with you, Eva from Lillian. Yeah. Alicia spoke last week about how one can feel disconnected and as though you don't belong, and meaningless connections and conversations. This is something I see through the voice of others, as well as I have done this as well. So thumbs up if you have done this as well. Like you just feel disconnected and as if you don't belong, and you really, when you're people pleasing, you go into meaningless connections and conversations, and you could really feel that effect on yourselves. Anybody else has done that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel the some of the conversations over Christmas are a bit strained with family members that you haven't seen for a long time, and especially, you know, it's like getting a blood out of a stone when you talk to some people. You're trying to have a conversation, you're supporting it, and it's just not coming back the other way. I think that's definitely more happens at Christmas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marta's given us a yes, absolutely.
Perfect. So this will be to Alicia and Trudy. What was one trigger you overcame pre-Christmas that brought some peace to your mind and body? And for anybody else, share in the chat, what is one trigger you overcame and that brought in more space for peace in your mind and body? Keep in mind, when one is aware of trigger and moves through it and past it, your body will be most appreciative of it. So myself, I started really to say no to outings that just didn't make my heart sing. For the last couple of years with my family, we've been trying different ways to really enjoy and just be with each other during the Christmas season. This year, the girls suggested that we go out to the restaurant for supper, and I said, sure, let's give it a try and see if we like it, right? If we're not open to new ways, we will never know if it resonated for us or not, if it was better for us or not. So for myself, it's time to really, I feel, break away from old paradigms way of celebrating. How about you, Trudy?
Well, I have ME, so I had chronic fatigue after a burnout in my company. So I had to learn very quickly, many years ago, on how to manage my energy over the Christmas period. And I do what I have to and what I can do, but I try not to overcommit myself. So for me, I think, especially like when the company being so busy, Christmas was the time, one day of the year that I knew I wouldn't get any work phone calls because everybody was having Christmas dinner. So Christmas became the one day I would spend at home, and then the rest of the season I would go and visit people. But technically Christmas lasts until the end of January for me. I just rather than try to squeeze everything into that one little period, I try and move it out and give ourselves space and time. And people are miserable in January, so it's better to go and visit them and have more connections then. That's when we need it more, I think.
Right, that's right. How about you, Alicia?
I'm just going to read the comments first before I forget there. Cynthia on Facebook said, I let go of the need to try and fix my family's problems and just let them be. Lillian says, I've disconnected and feel so much better getting away from the commercialization. Definitely. We call it the Hallmark holiday, right? Jenny, Christmas is triggering my sense of responsibility for my mom as I can't see her, so she'll be on her own. And Marta, yay to a long Christmas. I think for myself, for the triggers that usually come up for Christmas Day, especially, not so much the Christmas season, because during that whole month of December, we try to do a lot of family things together, go to lights, and we do have a lot of fun and laughter and joy. And that's the time that we get to really be a kid again and bring that joy back into our lives. So my husband's a big kid, so he really loves and really gets involved as well. So he's the leader for the activities that we do with the kids, especially. But I think especially on Christmas Day, it's dehydration and exhaustion for that day, as we have to, spend family time in the morning, get that brunch together, and then we have to get all ready, all dressed up. And that is one thing that I do not look forward to. I would love to spend Christmas just in my pajamas and just be laid back, but we get all dressed up. So there's 6 of us in the family. So we have to organize showers, and I have to make sure that, you know, I still do my husband's hair. Okay. So like I have to make sure I do my hair, my husband's hair, and everyone else's hair. So it's a lot of big things. So it's like, oh my goodness, I never had a glass of water today. I never ate today, is because I'm always preparing. So I definitely, that's my body pain crying out of feed me, you know, make sure you take care of me, because if not, then I end up with a huge headache. So I do pay for it in the end if I don't take care of my body. So I started to realize this, that you know, I started to backtrack more time and organize my time. So I do have that time to sit down and enjoy the food and drinks with them before we head off to celebrate with my parents and my sister's family. So yeah.
That's why I stay home Christmas Day. Isn't it? The rest of the visitations happen the other day, so when it's not Christmas Day.
Maybe a new tradition next year, eh?
Definitely should try it. Pajama day on Christmas Day, then move the Christmas Day needs to, say, Monday or Tuesday the following week. And then just move them out, spread them out through January. Honestly, it works. It really does work.
It does. I think when we were vacationing, when we started to create the memories of vacationing, I think that's what we did. We spent the more time within our pajamas, going out to the pool and doing some beach stuff. So really just having fun and just leaving it for the dinner rather than a whole day of just getting ready.
Sun tanning on Christmas Day. Like,
yes.
Said over that, like, incredible. So yeah, so just the season, like I said, we could speak hours on this, but because 30 and 40 minutes really flies by, I will keep going. I'm going to give you 3 quick visually guided tips that you can weave into your life starting today, and each day you practice it, it almost becomes habitual, so that when you call upon that specific technique, it just shows up and you could do it within seconds. As I remember more of my gifts and talents and my most recent discovery of divine encryption, that I created this sacred temple for myself and my clients of weaving and restructuring an organ or chakra by moving old debris of stagnant energy and life flow, and weaving golden threads of light or weaving a new blueprint into their light body so that it integrates into the physical body. So I'm really excited to share more of this in the new year on our Multidimensional Mondays. But my first gift is harmonize your nervous system. Remember, it was just waving, like, so it just needed to be noticed and acknowledged. So it will be double acknowledged today. So I know for myself, my nervous system gets hit hard first. So I have practiced this following exercise until it really became habitual, like brushing my teeth, so that when I call upon it, my nervous system really becomes calm and neutral for me. When the nervous system is activated, whether it be from emotional, mental, spiritual, or physical behaviors, it could cause one to not feel safe, to feel hopeless, and to feel listless, with little life force coming through you. For myself, I know when my nervous system is out of harmony, my head and ears actually begin to buzz with a numb feeling, or my body, my inner body really begins to shake. So I know that my nervous system is not happy at all. So I invite you to follow along with me through a guided visual. And after this, you can look up the nervous system so that you have a visual, because I'm a visual person. So what I did is I looked up what the nervous system looked like, and then I was able to do that in my imagination, in my mind's eye. So just take a deep breath in and just imagine a white light streaming down from the heavens. And it really moves into your crown chakra, and it engages and begins to weave into your nervous system. For now, just intend it, and so it shall be. Allow this white light to flow all the way down into your nervous system, all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And then intend that once this white light is running through your nervous system, just intend that it expands out within the wires of your nervous system. Feel, see, sense is beautiful. Oh, there she Trudy has one, if you guys could see it, the nervous system. Perfect, thank you. So just intend that the white light expands within the wires of the nervous system. Feel, see, and sense this beautiful white light flowing throughout your nervous system and feel your nervous system just quiet down. Allow your nervous system to receive this absolute 0 point frequency. And just breathe into it and receive it. And just breathe in. Just receive this beautiful white light flowing all the way down your nervous system, expanding out into the ethers. And when you feel complete, just come back into the present. And this is just a really quick example. You could do this for 1 to 3 minutes daily and call in whatever you need. I use this quite a lot when I'm in the physical office of the 3D world. And you can substitute the white for any color. Sometimes I use purple. I bring in purple for a quick peace, to bring peace into my body, or pink for love, whatever your nervous system is really desiring. Tune in and just bring those colors down into your nervous system, expand it out and just be with it. And literally it, like, as you practice, within 1 minute, you're like feeling back down to earth. Your nervous system is very happy. Yeah. Oh, so it works. Oh, put in the chat if you felt a difference in the short amount of time. Perfect.
Marta says, love this, Eva. You know, you got the it works. Lillian, love it. I also use breath work for about 2 to 5 minutes and it works. Yes, I noticed that when you're bringing the white light in, when you were doing it, definitely it automatically slows down your breathing. I feel that way because you're tuning into that white light, and you said to visualize it going through. So your focus is brought to the visualizing of the white light flowing through all your nervous system. So I think that's why the breathing slows down, because you're really focusing in on sending that love to that nervous system and making sure it goes all the way down to your feet. Because that's the way I see it anyways.
Yeah, the nervous system actually is the biggest, like, what's the word, area of your body, covers the biggest area, but more than the blood vessels do. The nervous system covers more of your physical body. So when you're working with the nervous system, you're literally reaching from the tips of your nose to the tips of your toes. And I'm sad to say that I actually ended up in Canada, in Toronto, in that bodyworks thing. And I saw the nervous system in one of those displays. I think I almost passed out and had to be sat down afterwards because nobody explained to me what bodyworks were at the time. Do you know the exhibition I mean?
Yeah, I've heard of it before.
Yeah, but the nervous system was a very vivid, strong memory that I had from that point. So yeah, it's expansive, the amount of pathways it goes through the body.
Interesting. Yeah.
Bigger than that picture I showed. That was kind of just the main part of it. There's much more tiny tributaries, kind of, yeah, branches. So yeah.
Yeah, but that felt really good. It definitely felt very peaceful into your body. Definitely. Beautiful gift.
Cynthia says feels great. So that was gift number 1, yes?
Yeah. So we're going to go to gift 2, and that's be present in your body. And the best present I gave myself was to truly become present and neutral in times of fear, worry, high intensive anxiety. And it really was this year, actually, that I really captured the difference of being what I thought I was present to actually being present. So imagine when your inner victim has a temper tantrum that can last for hours, right? Because sometimes this is what I go into, right? And becoming present, it literally within minutes, it's gone. So your inner victim crying takes one away from really your aligned choices and decisions, where grounding presents equals an aligned mindset that will support more empowering action and choices. So I'm going to do a super quick technique that is great for anxiety, panic, wanting to, when you want to go out of your life and you're going to space out, whenever you feel disconnected. So if you want to follow along with me, take a deep breath in and bring the cords from your root chakra deep, deep down into Gaia, as if you're sitting deep within her, and keep breathing. And what I do here when I'm here is I really feel myself grounded right in it. And I say to myself, I am safe now. And I really stress the now word, meaning right now in the present, bring it down firmly. I am safe now. Everything is okay now. I am wealthy now. I am calm now. I am whatever you feel you need to say, but really feel yourself being present in the moment. There's no thing other than calm and peace, and just really feel into that moment. So this can take practice, but once you use it over and over and over again, it really allows you to really quickly snap into it. I know when my brother was in the hospital, and instead of going into that emotional drama, this really helped me to go into my body and really serve him and support him for his highest good, rather than go into the emotional and mental crying and whatnot. And it was amazing because I was so aware how it just changed my whole decisions and choices and everything that I did during that time. So did anybody feel anything? I know this was really short, but I'm just saying that's how quick it could be. It doesn't have to be a long procedure. It could be really quick, and you're in the present here and now.
Yeah, I think for myself, that was really different because I find for myself, I tend to go into Gaia's crystal core. But when you had by your words and following your voice, I was actually the roots were actually really connecting in. I was actually in like the mud and the soil, and I could feel like Gaia's roots and my roots kind of intertwining and becoming union. But it was like I was heavy in the mud, and it's almost not like I don't want to use the word force, but boom, you were brought down back into your body. And I think that's a lot of times you were talking about how it becomes really, this is more than being grounded, but it's really feeling into your human body, not necessarily being grounded to Mother Earth, but in your body. It definitely felt different for myself than what I usually do for coming back to the present moment. So that was different. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
And we've got great tip, anchors quickly, off of Cynthia.
Mark,
Grounded and relaxed as well.
Wonderful.
So yeah, that grounded feeling is definitely like you. I don't think I've been told to ground so many times throughout life as a multidimensional being. I'm forever not here, but I didn't really get it until this year. Yeah. And it's like we're just not used to that feeling. So how do we know that we've got it right? And I say this with anything we don't have in our life is a frequency we don't know. Therefore, it's always there to be improved upon. There's always another version of it for us to explore and to get to know. And that was another version, which is fantastic.
Wonderful. All right. So is everybody ready for gift 3? This is co-creating your soul's sparkle. So inner suffering can show up as physical pain, symptoms, diseases. So it is part of my mission to help transform this so that one can really live the exceptional life that Source always wanted for you, and to truly experience heaven on earth within your physical body. You see, our physical body is our temple, our vehicle in this life to experience all the joys and wonders of this tangible existence. So I feel the calling to support others to bring more vitality, more aliveness, and a deep desire to be here fully and completely within their human body and really align with the heaven on earth reality. And one way I offer support to the upgrading of the human body is with my galactic sisters, Trudy and Alicia, through our Stardust Being Human series, which Trudy will speak about afterwards. But for now, I'm going to share the last visual download I received for all of you. So if you like to get comfortable and just open your hearts to receive. You could close your eyes if you like. Imagine you are a Christmas tree, and the branches are your nervous system, your organs. Some that are more exhausted are the adrenals, the liver, the kidney. Your roots of your tree have been severed so that they only touch the tip of the earth soil. Old Christmas paradigms resides here. And it doesn't just have to be about Christmas, but it could be old debts, fears, frustrations, people pleasing, and just allow whatever else shows up, show up. With each thought, the needles of the branches are becoming dry, and they begin to fall off the branches. And your tree, your foundation, is having a challenging time sending nutrition to your branches, which is your nervous system, your immune system, and all the organs, as well as your root cord that goes into Mother Gaia. It's okay, just surrender and allow the needles to fall off the branches to do what needs to be done in order to start fresh and new. Let the needles of fear, frustration, overwhelm, depth, not good enough, fakeness, all crumble to Mother Gaia, where she quickly, as the speed of light, gathers these pine needles and takes them through an energetic machine to squeeze out these feelings, emotions, and thoughts. As they move through this energetic machine, from the other end emerges the new nutrition that you need. And it quickly flows up through Gaia and into the roots of your tree at lightning speed. You will feel, see, sense your vines shining like the yellow of the sun. And quickly, the healing essence of yellow sunflowers, yellow daffodils, yellow dandelions, they all come through your vines that eagerly drinks in the elixir of the plant medicines. And again, with the speed of light, travels up into your spine of your tree and spreads out into the branches, touching your nervous system. And from there, the juice of this extract enters into your immune system, organs, bones, and tissues, and with special care into your adrenals, your kidneys, and your liver. And here it releases their juice into the pine needles, which represent your cells. Just bring this powerful elixir into your entire foundation, which is presented by the tree. And when you are done, decorate your branches with the ornaments that you desire to experience now and in the future. Adore your body, your branches, with shiny new bulbs of love, energy, boundaries, people who you want to celebrate with. Allow the decorations to be your family of love. And then place a shining star of whatever color suits you on top of your tree, and allow it to weave its light down into every cell of this tree. Receive this. Just allow it, and you can always come back on the replay and sit with it for a longer period of time. But for now, I'd like you to take a deep breath in, come back fully into your body, and turn and look at this Christmas tree. And allow the shining bulbs, the love shining from the star, come back into your physical body. Breathe it in, and you can gently open your eyes. And if you'd like to share in the comment if this helped you bring peace into your physical body and mind.
That was really lovely. Everything that you were saying, I was seeing before you said it. So it was very interesting. Even at one point I was wondering, is this pine tree like it held the essence as it was regrowing its pine needles. It had a different essence to it, different feel to it, as if it was coming from a different realm, because the pine needles weren't straight. They were actually a different, they were almost like spiraling on the very ends. And when before you said decorate with the bulbs, I had saw these different beautiful like cosmic flowers and plants. And that's how my Christmas tree was decorated myself, was all through these organic, flowers and plants that I don't even really know the names of, but they were all different. So those were my decorations. That was very beautiful. It felt to go through everywhere, but lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing.
Amma says, feeling very peaceful and relaxed. Let me see. Okay.
Facebook's quiet at the moment, but it'll take them a few minutes to come through. So beautiful.
Mhm.
Oh, here we are. I saw a deep purple light mixed with white. Very pretty.
Lillian, this
Beautiful
was
and
beautiful
relaxing.
and relaxing. Okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
So
So
nobody will be able to look at their Christmas trees now differently
I
this year. And instantly anchor it into your Christmas tree. That every time you see that happening to you, just like Ava described.
oh, Lillian has to go. Bye for now. All right. So I believe I'm ready to hand this over to Trudy and Alicia, but I just wanted to mention our Stardust Being Human series, #1, Spiritual Liberation from Beating Yourself Up. And I hope I expressed and shown the importance it is to the human body to release yourself from the temples of anxiety, despair, old known or unknown wounds, which is mission critical to move forward and experience the joys and blessings of our lives, to really live aliveness as we walk upon this land. And now I'm going to hand it over to the ladies that they will describe it more fully.
So this weekend on the 11th, December the 11th, and this is always where it gets fun. So it's 10 a.m. Canadian time, EST, and 3 p.m. UK time in the afternoon, GMT. We're having a workshop. So this workshop, as Ava introduced it, is part of our spiritual liberation workshop. And basically, we've been doing lots of soul journeys, trying to work out what energies are we sensing right now and how's it impacting our bodies and why our bodies are exhausted. And what we're realizing is that in some of the kind of enslavements and manipulation that we've had as light workers who have been involved in Atlantis or other civilization, falls of civilizations, or even just the witch wound where we've been punished or penalized for using our spiritual skills, as well as having those memories, what we're finding is that there are physical blueprint tears in our blueprints that have been holding us back, things that are stopping our energy from holding our energies properly. Like you think of an empath who's always sensing everything around you all the time. Well, it's not just a behavior or a new technique to learn. There is actually a template in the body that's broken that's facilitating that. And it was really interesting to us to notice this. So we were seeing things like our nervous system was being used to process the emotions of the planet, not just our own emotions. No wonder it's exhausted and worn out. So we started going through these physical aspects and putting them together into a structure that we can take other people through. So as well as removing the memories and the old contracts and vows and the shackles, we literally have to take off the shackles off our physical body somewhere and take off the handcuffs and the chokers and the belts that have been put on. So as well as taking those off the physical blueprints of our body, we're also then guiding people into a new truth for themselves, to integrate a new truth of what spiritual liberation would feel like. Like, how would you feel if you knew that you could step up tomorrow and use all of your spiritual powers and not have to worry about any spiritual blowback, not worry about any spiritual attacks, not worry about what you're going to have to give up in exchange for it or any ridicule? Imagine what that would feel like, and imagine what this new earth would be like with people walking confidently in that way. But also, like I said, we need our physical bodies to be fit and well to do this, because how many healers do we know that are not well? You know, I've got issues with my own health that I know as the new waves come through, it hits me as well. So the body is like key to integrating heaven on earth. The body is where heaven is going to live. So if it's not fit, then how are we going to get heaven on earth? So we put these together into our offering, and it's a 4.5-hour offering. And at the moment, it's £144 for the 4 hours, because we're giving a special deal as we're launching it this year. But we're also really interested in growing value of our spiritual skills. And as part of that, we have to sometimes understand that skills that we're not used to, that there are no market tables to tell you how to value them. We're trying to recognize this now in a different way, because New Earth is going to value these spiritual skills more than how well you can do a job. It's not only how well you can do the job in terms of your qualifications, but also how well you can do it in terms of your energy, what energy you're bringing and helping other people to sense and feel and connect to each other. So if we want to be able to do that, then we have to have our value also understood and presented to, to the world proudly. So if we can have more people doing this, we need to also be that and be the example to others. So we're putting our prices up next year, which is a long way to say that, but I just wanted to explain why we're doing this, because we want to value what we've been gifted, the maps that we've been given, the exact points in all of our blueprints that are broken that we now know what to fix, how we've come up with the techniques to fix it. All this stuff is new that we've been putting together. So next year, the price will go up to about £444, we think, for the first one, which because the content is also growing. So it's going to go more than a 4.5. It might turn into a 2-day event as well. So what I want you to do is just think about that. Like, think about your spiritual liberation and how much that you back from your business, from your life, from being seen, from having better connections with your family, and think of the value of that. And that's what we're trying to do, is to equally value what we're offering. So it's Saturday, the 11th of December. And as I say, it's very much physical as well as contractual being removed. It's 3 p.m. in the afternoon in GMT time and 10 a.m. EST time in Canada. And we invite you to join us for £144. There's a follow-up afterwards as well, I think. And if you book, are we still offering the early bird bonuses at this point? So we have some early bird bonuses where you get to join our memberships for a month as well. So that's an extra incentive to book before, let's say before Friday, shall we? Otherwise it's not so early bird anymore. So we really do recommend this, because what we found by doing this is that and this is a hard way to say, but I used to think, like everybody probably does, that Earth was a place that we came to suffer, to serve humanity, and then if we did it right, we got to leave. Like, whoosh, gone. But in fact, I'm actually starting to think, I'm actually starting to enjoy the Earth experience, which is a bit, like, I know that sounds like it should be that way, but it's quite a switch for a spiritual person to suddenly feel like, actually, no, I think I really want to see what heaven on earth will feel like. It's really piqued my curiosity to see what that's going to feel like, how we can do it, and what is going to come as the next phase after we've achieved that. So I'm not so keen to leave anymore. I'm keen to actually see it out and live it and experience it in the physical here. And that's why the body, and there's movement in the workshop as well. So it's some gentle movements to get the body moving, to really integrate some of that energy into the bones and right down to the DNA. So if that sounds interesting to you, then do get in touch with us. You can get in touch either through our Facebook pages, or you can email us. So Crystalline Ascensions page or White Star Soul Guidance page. And I think I've covered all the details there. Yeah, guys?
I think so.
Cool. So that's Stardust being human, because we all came from the Stardust. And I think the struggle for most of us as star seeds and light workers is, how do we be human?
Yes. Well, thank you everyone for sharing your time with us. And thank you, Eva, for all those beautiful gifts that we received today for our body. Again, that you can harmonize your nervous system, become present each and every day throughout this month. And also, I'm going to be stepping into that beautiful machine that you allowed us to create, that Christmas tree, and rejuvenate my body each and every day and allow it to glow and sparkle and walk throughout my day like that. So if there's anything that you would enjoy us to speak about, please do put that in the chat, and I'll share again 3 ways for you to stay connected with us. Number 1 is our Stardust Being Human series on December 11th, Spiritual Liberation from Beating Yourself Up, because that's one of the core wounds that we have to remove for anything to happen in your life, for that abundance to flow in. Number 2, come and join us on Facebook at Higher Consciousness Living, Stepping Boldly into the Unknown, which we will leave a link in the comments. Or number 3, we do multidimensional musings weekly every Monday. So there are videos within Higher Consciousness Living Facebook community group where you can view some past videos. And the best part is that if you opt in for a ticket to our next multidimensional musing, you can stay on with us after, as we say goodbye to Facebook Live, where we have a Q&A. We talk more about ascension, higher consciousness living, and stepping more into your multidimensional essence here with the Zoom members here. Again, we'll leave the links below to 1, 2, and 3 to make it super easy for you to stay connected with us. Oh, Azzy wants to say hello too.
Yeah, I could hear bells. I thought Santa was here, but no, it's a cat.
Oh.
Hello, Ava. Hello, dear. Auntie Alicia.
Oh, cute.
I've thrown you off now, haven't I?
Yes, I was just saying goodbye to everyone. So as you want to say goodbye to everyone too. Goodbye, Facebook.
So I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook now and catch up with the people on Zoom. So guys, if you see this on any replays on YouTube, then do carry on putting in the comments, because we are going back and checking on them. And yeah, just we've got one more next week, and then we're taking a break for Christmas. So catch us next week, and then we'll start back in the new year. So you've got plenty of time over Christmas to think of new topics for us to talk about. All right, so say goodbye to Facebook now. Bye, guys.
Bye.